morning. Good morning. Dwight, is that you?
This is he. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. We are just getting ready to open the call. You want to open it up with me?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, go ahead and say good morning to everyone and welcome to the Team Effort Lifestyle Call.
Dr.
Good morning.
Dr. Denise, good morning. Good morning.
4th of July. Welcome to the Team Effort Network call. This is Dwight Washington. Just substitute today, and Pastor Denise and Pastor Wafer, I'm sure, will be joining us. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mama Issy, California.
Good morning, Mama Issy. How are you, ma'am?
I'm just loving you. I'm loving this spray more than anything else.
Oh, I'm telling you, these sprays are something to love. I'm loving them more and more. You know what? I'm spraying. I just can't stop spraying. I just spray to spray. Can't get enough of them.
Pastor Denise, next year you must go to Nigeria to do it for us. Do you hear me?
I hear you, Mama.
You and Jesse. We are anxious to see all of you there with me. Do you hear me again?
I hear you again. I do, Mama Missy. I do. I hear you. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what can be done about that. Okay? Because
yes.
I hear you put your foot down. We're gonna look into that. Woo, keep it coming. Who else has that determination this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm
Louisville, Kentucky.
Mr. Payday.
Hey, Robert. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Hello, Vicky.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Hey, Vicky Soto. How are you, Vicky?
Doing great. Beautiful Friday. Really excited for the team.
I'm excited, and I know Dwight's going to share some exciting news with us today. So, family, gather around and listen to all the great things it's going to be here on the call. Hey, Vicky, Dwight did a good job opening up this morning, didn't he?
He did a fantastic job. He always does. Always.
Hi, Vicky Soto. How are you, dear?
Hi, Dwight.
Well, keep it coming, family. Who's with us this morning?
Good
morning.
Calling from home, and happy Independence Day, everybody.
Chief Jesse, good morning.
Good morning, Mommy.
Hey, Jess, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm standing, Pastor Denise. Getting ready for these cookouts.
I know that's right. Just make sure you have plenty of sprays to share.
And
yeah, for every hot dog someone eats, that's how many sprays you got to sell.
That's right.
Good morning, it's Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. How are you? Hi, when you back home?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Oh, we missed you last night. We were hoping to see you last night. We knew you were back in the country.
Oh, my God. I tried to make it, but I had work. My boss kept me down, and I had jet lag. I didn't leave work till 8 o'clock, 9.
Oh, wow.
Jet lag is killing me, so I just could not make it at all. I really wanted to be there, but next time, yes?
Well, Anita Poole has been talking about you all week, and you going to the UK, and how you all just met people and talked to people and just got people really introduced to the sprays.
Yes, she's an amazing woman. I mean, words cannot describe about that lady. She made me feel welcome. She is an amazing person. And we had some good times, and I kept her busy, yes.
Well,
I think going to Harvard University, Oxford University was the best. Amazing. But anyway, we'll talk another time. Good morning, everyone, and happy day.
Thank you, Mo. We definitely have to have you on so you can share that event with everyone.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Friday morning, everyone is excited. Getting in gear and getting ready for Independence Day weekend. I hope you're ready. We have just some wonderful news that's going to be shared on the call today. So I'm excited, as you heard, Mr. Dwight is going to share some things with us. But before he do, I'm going to bring on my business partner, two-star Pastor Del Wafer, to say good morning to everyone. Pastor Del, are you there, sir? Pastor Dale, are you there? Are you there, Pastor Dale? And if not, guess what I'm going to do? I'm excited because, as you heard the gentleman who opened up the call for us this morning, this is Mr. Whitener. Dwight, you're in Dayton, Ohio, correct?
That's correct, Pastor. Yes, I am.
And you guys are blowing it up there in Dayton, have been for a while, especially since Denise Moore has been aboard. And you guys have been doing some great things and getting people to different levels and introducing the sprays and changing people's lives, and testimonies after testimonies are coming forth. So, Dwight, I'm going to move out of the way and let you bring to us some good news that we're waiting to hear and that you want to share, and let us know what else is on your heart today.
Thank you so much. It's always an honor to have a chance to get on this airways and share mutual excitement, but also mutual information to the rest of the 10 family across the country and across the pond. Pastor Denise, sort of interesting when I was thinking about some of the changes that has affected all of us in some ways as a result of these sprays. I just stumbled across, there was an interview on television on one of the big box stations, and it was a professional athlete. And her name is Elena Del Don. I'm sorry. Elena is a professional basketball player, and she's 25 years old. She's one of the best basketball players in the WNBA. Long story short, as a sophomore in college, she said that she started to go through fatigue and tiredness, and she finally got a diagnosis. She had a condition called Lyme disease, and interesting enough, the doctors, among the things that they did prescribe to her was some weight training, but more importantly, she said she's on a heavy regimen of supplements, of vitamins. And she said this has been the absolutely best thing that's helped her to regain strength and vitality and so forth and so on. And you look at that, and you look at what 10 has been doing in terms of our supplements that we've just shared with people, that we're not trying to cure or say we prevent anything, but we're just providing you with supplements in the body, and there's confirmation and validation generally every time you pick up or start listening. So I was just excited to hear one of the most physically fit athletes in our country saying that supplements has been a very critical piece of her rehabbing and getting back. So good. Now let me tell you what I'm really called about. It's really called Pastor Dale. I was on the phone with Pastor Dale about a month ago, and Pastor Dale asked me a question. He said, Dwight, as an attorney, what are some of the kinds of suggestions you would make that we can approach or can open the door for other professionals and so forth? First of all, Pastor Denise, any comments I'm saying are Dwight's own observations, and they're not intended to be representative of every professional folks from Maine to California, but I think they're more than just generalizations. From my standpoint, it's very simple. There's probably about 3 points that I would urge anyone in our family who's trying to approach someone as the recruiting side of the business, is that, first of all, do not appear to be emotionally attached to the outcome. And you say, well, Dwight, what does that mean? Well, our goal is to educate and help folks to understand and helping third parties, lawyers, doctors, professionals, it doesn't matter, to make a decision that will positively affect their lives and their family lives. So if I approach you in that matter, first of all, I'm not approaching you like the dog chasing the car down the street. I'm just going to go after one. I approach you from a factual base. Second point, I think that you have to promote yourself, despite you may seem like not intimidated, but sometimes you may awkwardly not seem that I can, go up to somebody, but you can. Promote yourself as well as the products. And if you sound like you are aggressive, but not overtly aggressive in conversational terms, such as we have great products, we have a great opportunity, and guess what? We're going to do this together. I'm not going to let you, go by yourself and go out there by yourself. That is a good point. That's a good selling point that I've used on several occasions that's been effective. And the third point, Pastor, that I would always urge folks be prepared, and be positive. If you come to me and you have a bit of assurance about yourself and you tell me about the product, you're positive about the product, and you are knowledgeable about what you share with me, then that eliminates a lot of questions that professional folks are going to ask. And what you don't want to do is appear to be unknowledgeable about your products. I think these three little snippets may help you if there's any uncertainty about how to approach the folks in the world with these degrees. They're not intimidating, Pastor Denise, but sometimes the degrees, I think, blocks their ability to see, and it's our job and our door to try to open that door to give them a glimpse of the wonderful products we have.
Wow, I love it, Dwight. I love it. and I agree with you 100%. I agree with you definitely being knowledgeable about the product. You really do have to know something about your product. And that's why I tell a lot of people, start with you. Start with your testimony. What have the products done for you? What were you diagnosed with? And after taking the products, what are the results? And you know, like what Chris Day said last week. Chris Day said that when he approached the coal market, he puts his prospects in different categories. He's either going to approach them like they're his age, you know, or younger, or he's going to approach them like they're his mother's age or his father's age, or he's going to approach them like their grandparents. And he's going to win them over like that. He's going to win their trust over by approaching them based on what their age category is. And I thought that was just such a wonderful idea, because can you imagine going to a grandmother and you're talking to her like, you know, she's a little, you know, 22-year-old that needs to get hip with vitamin supplements, versus going to, you know how it is when we go to our grandparents. You know, hi, Grandma, how you doing? How you feeling? You know, and they you kind of win them over like that. You know, grandparents love to be spoken to like that. And that's just a good way to break down that ice and invite that person so they can hear what you have to share. So, Dwight, I love it. I love it. Everything you said, I love it.
Well, let me jump in here. Let me jump in here, Dwight, because you said something that's really, really important when you're talking about not being emotionally connected to the outcome, or vested in the outcome. You know, there's a young lady in our church, and she came to me last week, and she was kind of upset because this other lady who approached her was not in our church, but she was using our facility for some dance classes. And she approached one of the members in our church, and she was trying to sell them insurance for their children. She's a life insurance agent, okay? And so she went to the lady's house and presented, you know, the life insurance package and stuff. And she said it's only $5, and you can get this for your child. Now, the young lady child is only, you know, 9 or 10 years old. And so she was like, well, let me think about it. I'm not really, let me run this by, my agent, and let me just see. And she said the lady got really upset with her and started saying, well, it's only $5. I can't believe you won't even invest in your child for $5. And that's her being emotionally invested in the kind of outcome she wanted. She wanted that woman to buy that package for $5, and she got personal with her after it. And sometimes we do the same thing in this business. If we're invested in an outcome that we want and not what you said, which is presenting information to people, letting them assimilate that information in their minds and in their hearts, and deciding us what to do. We are always, sometimes we want to go away with the answer we got, which is you need to get in this. Well, why won't you do this? You got arthritis. Why don't you do this? And that's getting emotionally invested in the outcome that we want, and not allowing the person to hear the information, and without trying to put a high pressure sales tactic on them to get them to do what we want. And what happens is it really makes us sound desperate. It makes us sound desperate. If you don't do this, then I'm not going to win, or I need you to. And why don't you just speak to that? Just kind of drill down on that a little bit.
Pastor Dale, you are absolutely correct. What occurs is that now you have placed yourself into a no-win position. You have already determined that I need to have something happen that I've already decided must occur. Well, no, you go to people, you share with them the information, you provide them with open-ended questions you can get out. Like as an example, you present the products. Do you want to have better health? If there's something going wrong, do you want to have the ability to sleep at night? Do you want to have hopefully to have positive blood test results if you take vitamin C? You allow folks to weigh in positively as opposed to saying, if you don't do this, then this is going to happen, or if you don't do this, this will continue, and you run people away. If you tell me and give me the option of going through the red door or the blue door, and the blue door is something that both you and I consistently know, that would make sense. That's the selection I'm going to do, as opposed to me thinking I got to steer you through one avenue. It's not going to work, and then what's going to happen, then you're going to walk away feeling that I've lost. And we should never feel like we lost if we've shared information with individuals and provide them with links to health and understanding of products. How could we ever lose if somebody say, okay, not now, and I don't want to get involved?
Mm-hmm.
Well, absolutely. That's absolutely right. And I can tell you on many occasions, there's people who presented, different things to me, and I said, well, no, I don't think I'm interested in that. And, in a month, 5 months from now, something comes up, and I say, you know what? Let me call this so-and-so because, I need this now, and I know this person presented this to me. Let me see if they still have that product. And I'll call them back because I had a good experience with them in their presentation. I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel under the gun. I didn't feel like this person needed me to get to the next place in their position or that they're trying to get to. But it was just, give people information and give them the right information. Give them the right information. We don't have to, give, what do they call it? When you exaggerate, we don't need to exaggerate the truth. We have such good products, guys. Our products are so good. We were listening to Britt last night at our TTP, and he was talking about how he gave this product to a lady, and, within 3 days, she lost 8 pounds. 8 pounds. I mean, the product is so good, guys, that we don't have to exaggerate. We don't have to embellish. We don't have to do any of that stuff. People who don't have good product has to do that kind of stuff. Okay. So give people the information. And let me tell you, if you give people the right information and you give them the accurate information, then you can always walk away feeling good that you've done your part. Whether they signed up or they became a customer or not, you can feel good about what you did, and that's one of the things about not being emotionally invested in the outcome.
Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale, I can look at anyone that I've ever shared this information with, look at them in the eye, I can send them emails, I can get on the telephone, because nothing we've said has been a misrepresentation. Nothing we've said has been over-exaggeration, and nothing we've said is not validated by literally hundreds of thousands of people around the world. So you're absolutely correct, and that's why each of us can get on this phone and can share these products with friends, foes, or strangers, and feel confident about the authenticity of what we're sharing. And I think that's such a blessing to have that reliability and without worrying about the products or its validation.
Wow, that's excellent. That's excellent. Well, you guys have really been cracking it out there. Tell us about the 18th. What can we expect on the 18th, my friend?
We have coming up July 18th, another, what we call it, Super Saturday. It's going to be a training opportunity, and I can only say that one of the other two people on the phone has graciously committed once again to return to the Ohio area. We'll be in Cincinnati, Ohio, as Pastor Dale knows. Vicky Soto will be engaged in, and Denise Moore, and the Cincinnati team, which is just working feverishly to make this happen. Information should be out next week in terms of registration and sign up. And our goal as we continue to mature, and that's what we're doing. The product has been in Ohio now a little over a year. As we continue to mature, we want to do the RTR, recruit, train, recruit. And this helps us because it gives us a chance to to take advantage of the links that we have through Pastor Dale and Vicki and others. So we're excited about that. The plans have been formalized now, and the actual registration should be out, as I say, within the next week or so at the latest.
Now, Dwight, I know, we were looking at doing this in Dayton for a while, but, Cincinnati has really become a player in Ohio. They really become, a team to reckon with. They've really been excited and pumping out a lot of good things. What's been happening in Cincinnati?
Well, like that sort of brush fire, and I don't mean that negatively, once it starts and catches, and you have a couple individuals in that area who gets it, and there's Carla, and there's Kim, Veronica, and they are doing everything within their realm and within their ability. They're having another big TTP on Sunday. They are doing the duplicative part of the business that we keep telling people that if you duplicate what's been done and continue to do it properly, you have results. They're doing it. They have hit the ground running. As we were up in Cleveland a week ago through doing another big TTP up in the Cleveland area. So you can't, once someone gets it inside and they understand and they start moving, it's exciting to see it happen. So we have several people in the Cincinnati market that's doing that. Of course, Denise is a far, throwing, her own verbal and physicality in that. So with all that synergy, it's just starting to take off, and we're blessed, and we'll just continue to be positive and see where it leads us to.
Wow. Well, I tell you, I've been hearing a lot about it. I want to find out. I didn't hear Vicki Soto if she joined on the call. But Vicki, if you're on the call, come on the speaker line and let us know that you're on.
Yes, I'm on.
You're on. Good. Great. You guys have some great excitement and good news coming out of Ohio. There's something happened this week, this past week that I think everybody needs to know about. And I wanted Vicki to come on because she worked diligently and hard, as well as Dwight, and making this thing happen. Vicki, what's the excitement that's coming out of Ohio? Something happened just this week, huh?
Well, as you know, we have, I can only describe it as a fireball, okay? We have someone on our team who, bless her heart, she works all the time anyway. I mean, outside of this business, she's got accolades. She's an elected official of the school board. She has 4 kids. She does full-time. She works, but despite all of the things that she does outside of this business, the girl managed to qualify for the luxury club car. And now she is an LCQ. She's the first LCQ in Ohio. The second one in the region. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't a matter of if, it was just a matter of when. And, it was kind of funny because I think that she was so determined to help out her team to get them in the residual zone. She didn't even notice how close she was to LCQ for the longest time. And one day I said to her, Denise, you got to get that car. She said, what, Vicki? We need to get this car. And I'm like, so Friday, she goes, Vicki, guess what? I think I'm qualified for the car. I think I'm close to qualify for the car. So, oh my gosh, we are so excited for her. And congratulations, Denise Moore. Believe me, you more than deserve it. I can't wait to go shopping with you for this car.
Well, I tell you, you guys worked hard. You worked hard. She called me about a week ago and said, you know what? I'm only 14 points away. And she said, you know what? I gotta get this month. She said, let me go to work. She said, I got 5 days to get qualified. And man, she went to work, man, and she called me the other night and she said, I did it. It's done. The team helped me get it done. It was, so, great job on Dwight and you guys, the team, and Vicki helping our friend, our executive, Denise Moore, become LCQ qualified. And if I'm not mistaken, Vicki, she did it in less than 9 months, right?
You'll have to ask her the specifics on that because I don't know for sure, but I know that's pretty close to it. I know it's really close to it. So, I mean, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Del. I know for a fact that Denise could have gotten qualified even faster, but I think, like I said, she was not even paying attention to that part. So, it was just funny to me because, she all of a sudden said, wait a minute, I'm close to the car. And I'm like, yeah, girlfriend, so congratulations. She's amazing. I knew from the moment that she first signed up for this business that she was going to be something to reckon with. I mean, she is just a powerhouse. And what I love about her is, she loves to help people. That's what she does. She works with, I can't say what she works with, but she works with helping seniors. We'll just say that, who are in their desperate hours. And that's what she does. I mean, so, I knew that this would be a great fit for her as a business. And all I can say is, even though I knew she's going to be wonderful at the business, she went way over and above my expectations. I mean, so, girlfriend, I know you got to be listening. I hope you are. I just want to say, thank you for all of your leadership and thank you for, all the things that you've done for the team. We're so happy and proud of you. So great stuff. Great stuff.
Well, I tell you, it is great. It is great when we have people who move in through rank advancement. They're going to 1-star, they're going to 2-star, they're going to LCQ qualification and DCQ qualification. Because what this means, is that the compensation plan and the system works. And as I said, Denise didn't do this with going out and getting Oprah and bringing her network in. She did it like everybody gets two and gets two and gets two and build your business and build your customer base. That's how she did it. She just rolled up her sleeves. She got with her team, with Dwight and all of the other team members there. And you guys, Dwight, you guys pull this thing together and you guys just begin to work cohesively as one organism to get things done. And as a result of it, this is what we see. So we're looking forward to seeing more and more people who are qualified. One last word concerning that, Dwight, concerning this new excitement of this LCQ qualification.
Well, from the Dayton area, and it's not about Dayton, really, it's about the whole region. It's a realization and it's a confirmation. You're right, Pastor Dale. Not only does the compensation plan work, but we see it work. It's not that we have to get a video. We can call Denise or she calls us up incessantly because she understood it and she got others who now understand it. And it's just absolutely a marvel. I remember when Vicky Soto first came into this area and we was traveling to places like Columbus and we may have 2 or 3 people, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter if we had one person at the TTP or 50. The system works if employed properly, and this is once again a confirmation of it. And others now understand that and can see it, smell it, and taste it. So the future is large for us, and it's exciting.
Well, that's exciting. All right, well, guys, Vicky Soto, thank you so far, 1-star, for coming on and sharing that with us. Dwight, it's been an amazing conversation. I'm so glad that you're a part of the team. You always add value when you come on these calls, and we thank you today for coming on and joining us. Pastor D, I'm going to flip it back to you.
I tell you, this is some great stuff that is coming forth from Dayton, Ohio, and Cincinnati. And Dwight, you're so correct. The future is so large for us. We are really just getting started. This is an amazing part. We just launched a year ago, February, and look at everything that's been accomplished. When you think about Denise Moore, when Denise first came aboard, Vicky, I remember you sharing her story, and she had fallen down escalators and injured herself, and it was the pain she was going through that, and you just continued to persist until she tried the sprays. But look what has involved from that, just from her trying the sprays, the team that has been built, the people that are aboard, people like Dwight. I mean, my goodness, genuine, loving, caring people, and that's building an awesome team. And I can only imagine Denise when she realized that she was only 14 points away from qualifying for her car. I mean, you know how it was when you look in your back office and you see, oh my gosh, I'm just flaked away. And then I could imagine that strength that she got when she said, wait a minute, I'm just 14 points away. There's no way in the world I'm going to let this get away. And then just whatever it is that blows up in you at that moment, but something happens. You know, something turns on like, wait a minute, I got to do a little bit more. I got to do a little extra. I got to get out there and make this happen. And you guys did it. And so it just goes to show teamwork makes the dream work. And it's two, get two, and help two. Anybody can do it. Anyone. We have a company that is anyone can approach, anyone can do, anyone can be a part of. And congratulations to Denise Moore for becoming LCQ qualified. Boy, Dayton, Ohio will never be the same. So, Dwight, you're next?
Oh, yeah. And we sent out an email, said, if I can do it, who's next? And everybody said, me. So we're going to be fighting each other. And, fighting each other very positively because there's no jealousy. If you get one, that should inspire me to go get one. So, yes, we're all excited about this.
Wow, that is so true. I'm telling you, there's something about when the first person on the team gets it, it just becomes easy for everyone else to get that drive, the passion. I'm always reminded of what Mel Gill told us. He says, you know what? He was 3 bullet points. He said, pay attention. Because he's saying, pay attention. And Denise did that. She came aboard. She paid attention. He said, stay excited. And I'm telling you, whenever you see Denise, what do you think of? Excitement, enthusiasm, right? You see that excitement coming before you see her.
Oh, yeah.
And the third one, you don't quit. You can't. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. And she's led by that example. So great job, Dayton, Ohio. Great job, Dwight. Vicky Soto. Oh, wonderful, wonderful job, family. I'm telling you. And the big event is coming up there. And Dayton, Ohio is in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
It's in Cincinnati. So we're looking forward to that. And also bringing you guys here in September for the East Coast Regional, another powerful event. And Dwight, we're going to have you come on one day and just talk about the best way to get people to come to the big events or to come to the TTPs. I know it's a simple approach, and some people just really struggle with, how do I invite people? How do I get them to come? They won't come. And it'd be good to have you come and just to share some bullet points on your perspective and the best way to get people to come to the TTPs and the big events.
We would love to do that at any time, for sure.
Great. Wonderful. Well, let's
so
go
tell
on
me,
to the UK. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so tell me the truth, Dwight. Is she out shopping for a car without me?
Hey, Vicky. No, Vicky, she's probably sitting on some beach drinking an exotic drink while we're up here still working. But either way, Vicky, if you hear about it or if I hear about it, we'll tie her down and make her take us with her. Okay?
Yes.
Well, look, has she decided the BMW or the Mercedes-Benz or the Tesla? Do you know which one she decided on?
Well, the first one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Vicky.
I was going to say, when I first talked to her about this, she was a BMW girl. She was determined to get a BMW. But you know what? I think I've influenced her. Because now she's going, I don't know, maybe I should get a Mercedes. I don't know. It was kind of funny. At one point, she says, I really do think that Mercedes may be sportier. And I was just laughing. I said, man, I think I've influenced her.
Look, I tell you. And look, what's that song? Well, she's fancy now. She's fancy now. Look, Denise, go for the Mercedes. You'll love it. Oh, there's something about that Mercedes. I think you'll love the Mercedes. I do. Well, family, let's go out to the UK. Dr. Nita Poole with our quote for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
I can, and we have another LCQ qualifier.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Congratulations. It's absolutely fantastic news. And whoa, you could just see that Denise Moore was going to go LCQ, as soon as possible, because my goodness, she's got what it takes. Vicky's got what it takes. Dwight's got what it takes. That whole area has what it takes. And, interestingly, I went to a business show yesterday, and I met one of the speakers was actually a huge fitness person. He has achieved so much in his life. He actually has set up a martial arts training studio with judo, boxing, taekwondo, various things. And he gained his taekwondo belt, black belt, very early on in his life. He's won double world titles in martial arts. And he's now giving back. And I showed him the sprays, and he was quite interested, actually. And he went off with some. And so that was very interesting. But he was actually giving a talk on motivation and how he achieved his successes, because obviously success in sport is very applicable to success in business. And he was giving the tips of how he got there from experience. And, all those qualities that he was talking about, you can really see it in Vicky's team and, Denise Moore and Dwight and, and all the very successful leaders, they're determined. These are the kinds of things he talked about, and that's what I see. Very determined, very focused, setting the goals. To the extent Denise knew that in these number of days, I want to get this number of points, and that's going to get me to LCQ. And she set her target, and she achieved it. Believing in yourself, being extremely focused on what you've got to do, cutting out distractions, identifying where your weaknesses are in terms of distractions, and then cutting them out, basically, and really going for it, no matter what anyone says around you, actually shielding off the negativity. In fact, what athletes do is they go into a very positive zone. They actually teach themselves how to do it, and then they go into that zone. And in fact, all successful people, they describe something called flow state. Athletes get into it, top business people get into it. People who achieve extraordinary things, they go into a flow state. And that's what Denise Moore and Vicky's team are in. They're in the flow state, basically. I read something about a person who's got Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome is a type of autism, and it causes, a very, very different kind of neural connections. So sometimes there's certain triggers, and people behave somewhat differently to the kind of normal, in inverted commas, population. And sometimes that kind of behavior is described as a little bit strange. They're actually just, the people around them are just not understanding the type of autism that this person has. But people with autism have other qualities that other people don't have. And here's an example. This person has reached, huge medals in something that's not very easy to do with Asperger's syndrome at all, because it requires so much coordination. They've achieved huge things in motorcycle racing. And when they were interviewed and they were asked, how did you achieve it? He said, practice, focus, and then constantly repeating the action so it becomes automatic, and then balancing challenge with practice so that eventually it becomes so automatic. That's the flow state. And that's exactly what Denise, Vicky, Dwight, and that whole area have been doing. They've been working together as a team. They've been challenging themselves. They've been practicing. They've been training. They've been sharing. They've been doing what it takes, and they're in the flow state. They're just building and building and building. And while Denise Moore is off having her drink, her team is still building and building and building. That is the incredible thing about this pay plan. And helping people with health and well-being, it's one of the best things we can do. And I loved what Dwight was saying about asking specific questions to qualify people. Simple questions like, do you want to have such and such? Listening to them, identifying what is their need, and then phrasing the question according to what they need. So whether it is income, whether it is health and well-being. Obviously, we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any particular disorders, but just listening to them, you can identify what is it they need. In fact, a phrase I'm going to give you a quote, actually, I'm going to quote Mel Gill, because he often uses a phrase that I've found extremely helpful. The question he asks is, if I could show you a way to do such and such, and that is after you've listened to them, you identify their need, and you say, if I could show you a way to, if you think they need to earn more money, it is, if I could show you a way to earn extra income or earn passive income long after the work is done, or, whatever phrase you want to use, but something related to income if they need income. If they need better health, if I could show you a way to improve your well-being, and then he ends with, would you be interested? So he's identified their need. He's captured it in a very, very short phrase, just like Dwight did with, do you want to have? This is, if I could show you a way to do such and such, would you be interested? And would you be interested gives them a choice. It's not too pushy, just like what Dwight was describing. Absolutely fantastic. If you push them away. If you just offer, they'll come to you. And it has to be a yes or no. Would you be interested? Yes or no. If they say no, you could go into, finding out maybe why, not by asking the direct question why, but in listening, you'll find out why. And if they say yes, then it just completely opens the door. And when somebody says yes, they want to know more, they take responsibility for wanting to know more, and their ears are open to what you've got to say or what you've got to show them. So very, very, very exciting, and not pressurizing people. It works. It works. Now this is a person who's just a customer. I actually, Denise and I have been texting each other about this. The aunt that I had recently, it's so wonderful to be able to help family, friends, etc. The aunt that I had on recently, whose years of sinusitis that she struggled with, has now improved with just 1 week of tea and sprays, and then she's continued it. Exactly the same thing. She rang me up and said, do you think this will help my daughter? She, really suffers with hay fever, sinusitis, and various things. Do you think it would help her? She bought the sprays, gave it to her daughter. Her daughter rang me up yesterday. She said, I can't believe this. She's actually, when I identified what she's been doing, she's been even only taking half the dose of the Super 10 and the Cell Energy, and within days, it's all improved. She cannot believe it. Plus, my aunt rang me up and asked for some 10 products for her husband who has Parkinson's. We started him on the D3, and do you know, both my cousin and my aunt described to me yesterday that his symptoms are even improving. So, I'll tell you more about that another day, but it just shows not pressurizing people, exactly what Dwight was saying, identifying the need, and then offering it to them. And then they keep coming back, basically. So, it's really exciting, really exciting. One of the quotes is, a healthy family is sacred territory. And that's exactly how you feel when you've helped friends and family and, business contacts, contacts that you just meet, people, if you're just in a queue and you're discussing something and you identify somebody needs something, it's so wonderful to be able to help people with health and wealth. Benjamin Disraeli said, the health of the people is really the foundation upon which all their happiness and all their powers as a state depend. That is the success of that Ohio, Cincinnati, Kentucky, Vicky's team and Denise Moore and Dwight's team, basically, because they are changing the health of states. They are changing the health of communities with the tea and sprays, and the wealth of communities with the income opportunity. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said, take care of your body with steadfast fidelity. The soul must see through these eyes alone, And if they are dim, the whole world is clouded. Well, if you haven't got health, folks, your eyes are clouded. Your body is clouded. But when you have health, you function completely in the light. Hippocrates says, a wise man should consider that health is the greatest of human blessings and learn how by his own thought to derive benefit from his illnesses. And do you know, we're doing exactly that. We're turning what is negative illness into something positive. People actually, we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent, as I said, but people are actually improving their health, improving their wealth, and finding that their past experiences that have been negative, they've changed it into something positive. It's absolutely fantastic what's happening, Ten. And lastly, Jim Rohn said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Back to you, Denise.
Thank you, Dr. Anita Poole, for those posts and comments, and definitely looking forward to hearing the testimony for your niece and your aunt.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch with you when they can make it.
Sure. Well, family, it's been another great week, another great call. The weekend is here. I want you to, Dwight Washington, to close us out and give any last remarks and good advice as we go into this independent weekend. Will you do that, Dwight?
I would love to. Family, once again, it's just a pleasure to have you listening, to extend out to your own personal family our wishes for this holiday weekend. Stay healthy, stay sprayed up, and continue to be very positive about what we're doing. And we look forward to listening, talking, or being with you in the near future. And Pastor Denise, thank you, and thanks Pastor Dale and Vicki Soto so very, very much for your guidance and counsel. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That's it, family. Now get off this phone and get out there and go share this wonderful news with your entire family and friends over the weekend. We will be back Monday morning to continue on as we press towards that 50 million and Team Effort Network. Family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all and have a prosperous weekend on purpose. Mwah. Happy 4th of July. That's right.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, family.